I saw a rumor the other day about the Lions pursuing Frank Clark, who's a free agent still available out there. Clutch, defensive end, pass rusher. Guy just shows up in playoff games, getting older, but still available, right? So it made me think, who else is available right now? And I'm always kind of fascinated by the names that are still available that you kind of forget about after free agency's done, draft is done. We're all excited about that, but there's still some big names out there, and I'm still surprised at some of the guys that haven't signed because yes, they're older, but they're not like that much. I mean, they're not like 38; they're in their early 30s. So we're going to look at the list of free agents still available that we could plug in because now we'll see what cap space, we'll see how much they're going to cost, and you tell me who you would like to see come to Detroit because I mean, I'm looking at it. We have the cap space to maybe make something happen. So if you look at it, here's the top 100 still available. Big names out there, and like I said, you can look on the side here. Yeah, they're older, but not like super old. So they must still be looking for a larger contract. I mean, right? That's just the only possible thing. So you got Leonard Floyd, Clowney, no thanks. Frank Clark, is 30 years old, and this is an age as of September 1st, 2023. So at the start of the season, basically, this is how old they would be. So I think we have a plenty of edge rushers. By the way, let's look at our cap space. We have $25 million in cap, and now that's taking into account our draft picks. Everyone except the first round draft picks, but everybody else is in here. You can see down here we've got Sam Laporta. You know, they've already accounted for our draft picks, except for the first round guys. So, okay, maybe that goes down to 20, or just on the safe side, let's say we have $15 million in cap space for this season. Now there's injuries, there's different things that can happen. You want to keep some room in case you got to add some guys, whatever. But that's plenty of cap space to add one of these guys in free agency as we get closer to the season, and maybe some of these guys their price will go down. So like I said, I saw an article about Frank Clark, kind of looking at it. Does he want to come to Detroit? We've got enough edge rushers, but you can always add quality edge rushers. I'm really focused on the defensive line, especially the interior defensive line. We did add a third rounder in the draft, but let me know in the comments who would kind of fill that need for us. Chris Wormley, saw another article where he's like, hey, I'm, again, kind of the Michigan ties, kind of a stretch. There was no real backing to it. So, but he's available. Trey Flowers, look at that. Trey Flowers is already, Kyle Van Noy, just some of the old Lions guys. But you've got some veteran running backs as well that, I mean, I think our running back room is doing really well, but at the same time, we could still use a third running back. We just don't have, we can still use a third running back is where I'm at with it. So Kyle Van Noy, Andrew Adams, Byron Jones, Galladay. Oh my goodness. A lot of these, Julio Jones, 34. Now, see, I get some of this, like 34s, like Taylor Lewan, he's got a podcast. He's doing his thing. Like there's some ones that make sense in here, but there's some that's like, what? Leonard Floyd, Clowney's always on a 1-year deal and wants a ton of money. So, but my point in saying all this is like, there's some guys still available. So the Lions are not done by any means. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, especially these top 10 guys like Ezekiel Elliott. No thanks. He wants a lot of money and you're not going to be a feature back or anything like here. Right. So there's guys that just don't make sense and no, thank you, whether it's age, price, fit, but there's some guys like, my gosh, pick him up. Let's go. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. And you can see $25 million in cap space still. And that has not accounted for our offense or the first round guys. But if you look at the breakdown, offensively is where a lot of our money's spent. Makes sense. Defensively, that will go up as our defensive, as we've put a lot of resources into the defense as far as picks, and those guys will become due here before long, and that'll kind of flip flop. But the offense, it makes sense. It's hard to stop people in the NFL. So put your resources into your offense and make it hard for people to stop you. And so that's something that obviously we're going to do this year. And I think the Lions are not done. And really, Next thing is the release of the schedule, and then after that, kind of a lull period as we go through rookie mini camp, some OTAs, and then training camp starts in June, end of June. And really, at that point, there's like some June 1st cuts. There's some different things that are going to happen over the summer. And the NFL, very smart, they've instituted that kind of June 1st, put that into contract. So there's some transactions right at this dead period, the only dead period in the entire calendar year for the NFL. Now there's more action. So there's going to be more action throughout the summer. So be looking for that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Frank Clark, Chris Wormley. I mean, let's go. And we'll see you guys in the next one.